That has never happened in my life. What the f is going on? Exploding potatoes? Now, if you ain't repping your own merch, who are you repping? This one, I'm gonna show you. Say, for example, I was doing a dinner party and someone said, hey, Mark, I'm coming over for dinner. And you're like, this is what I would do. You could look at it in two ways. You could look at it as a massive tapas, or you could look at it as a smorgasbord. There's just like loads of little elements that will just make a meal delicious. Let's get a whiteboard. So sometimes on my channels, I get some real meat heavy people that are like, oh yeah, oh God, why have you gone all vegan? Oh yeah. I'm like, mate, fuck off. This smorgasbord. Smorgasbord is a great word that I don't know what it means. Number one thing over here, a simple win is a hummus. You can pimp your hummus in any way you want. Put some mushrooms on top of it. You can put a little bit of harissa oil. Welcome to Nando's. The next thing we're gonna do, my big fat fudgy carrots, right? They're a simple win that you can do very quickly. I never know how I'm gonna do them. It just depends how I'm feeling. And then obviously everyone always goes, God, you need some carbs. I'll give you some carbs, you. Gonna do some Orzo. And then actually, these little sausages here, the All Organic White Beans by Bold Bean Co. Shout out Bold Bean Co. A simple dish with beans and a few fresh ingredients is gonna be amazing. And then this one over here, I'm gonna say crispy spuds. I don't think they're gonna get crispy, but I'm gonna show you how to absolutely elevate a tinned spuds. Over here, I'm gonna make you something called a Muhumarra. Now, a Muhumarra is basically like a Middle Eastern dip that's got like pomegranate molasses through it, walnuts, roasted red peppers, etc. Will it be traditional? No, because I just sort of cook in the moment, babes. So that's basically what we're gonna do. My mates are turning up in, say, an hour. We'll knock that out in an hour, no problem, fuck. Okay, it's 1:30 now. Let's see when I finish. Right, so Orzo's pretty easy to cook. It's kind of like pasta. It's not really pasta. Is it pasta? It is pasta. So Orzo, you are on. Good pinch of salt into the Orzo. Good pinch of salt into this water. I've got 3 carrots. They're just gonna go into the water. Is the water boiling? No, does it matter? Does it fuck? So this liquid in here is absolutely revolting. Honestly, tastes like metal. Just gonna get those into a pan. Right, good bit of lube. I'm gonna think about the flavors later. Just gonna get a bit of salt and just get them frying. The liquid from here, I'm actually gonna just drink. Get out. There you go. Delicious. That was olive oil, lemon. Right, simple so far. Everyone's with me. Might stick this in the oven. Potatoes have gone in the oven for the minute, just because I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go 1 clove of garlic, parsley, salt, and a little bit of fresh chili. That goes in there. Not even gonna mix it, just forget about it. Okay, now. Everyone with me. So I've done hummus a few times. Depends what kind of hummus do you want. Do you want a fast hummus? Do you want a slow hummus? Do you want a hummus that's smooth? Do you want a hummus that's thick? Do you want a hummus that's a little bit chunky? What I like to do is take my chickpeas and just dunk them into a pan. But I'm just gonna bring these to a little bit of a boil, just to sort of like warm them up. And then what that'll help do is when you blitz them, it will go really, really smooth. Fantastic. What the fuck am I doing now? Okay, so this sort of like Muhumarra, which is, it's kind of like a Middle Eastern-y dip where you've got roasted red peppers. You can do them yourself. The jarred ones are just as good. It's got walnuts through it, breadcrumbs through it, garlic, pomegranate molasses. But we're gonna sort of like take influence from the idea. We're gonna use pecans because I ain't got any walnuts. And we're having a good time. Cumin seeds, coriander seeds. It's sort of like the perfect balance of sort of like spicy, sweetness, aromatics, acidity from the vinegar. It's just great. Right, so this is my juice collection pot. Oh dear, sounds like the streets of Soho. Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna toast these just for like an added layer of flavour. Just gonna break them up with my hands. Keep an eye on everything, we're all right. Seems quite chaotic over there at the minute, but it's fun. It's fun. Okay, so they're just broken up, pop them in the oven. Right, so carrots are tickling away, spices at the back, Orzo is there, that's probably almost done. Chickpeas, just warming up. There we go, lovely. Right, so this, garlic. I'm gonna go 2 garlic, because I've got 2 here. This is flow state. I'm in real energy here. So you could do this in a blender, but I think it's quite nice to kind of keep it a little bit rustic. That'll do for me. Spices. Right, I've got a little salty thing here. Grind these down. Take a big pinch and just sort of cover it like a loose seasoning. Oh, it smells amazing already. Then I've got a little bit of pool biber. Is that traditional? No. Does it fucking matter? No. Okay, these are literally done nothing, but I'm gonna chuck them on. Oh, now we can take this to Flavour Town. Get this into a bowl. So I'm gonna go in with some bitter olive oil. Then this is some pomegranate molasses. This is sharp. This is your acidity. We've given it a little season. So stick a little bit of breadcrumbs through it. That will help sort of thicken it up. Have a taste. Unreal. Fucking unbelievable. Beautiful. I didn't mix this one. Give this a little mix. Let that all come together. Orzo, definitely gonna be done. So my orzo, I've literally just ran under some cold water just to stop it from cooking. Blanch, refresh. Take it to a point that it's done, refresh it in cold water and it's done. Right, so here's our orzo, right? What I got in here is the easiest thing you could ever do. Sun-dried tomatoes, just rehydrated them because they're the dry ones. If you've got the ones in the jar, absolutely brilliant. Some olives and some garlic. I just warmed it all up. A little bit of oil. I've got basil here. I love basil. So whenever using fresh herbs like basil, because they're a very, very soft herb, you don't want to like overwork them. So you don't want to like run your knife over it loads. Otherwise what they'll do is they'll get bruised. So just the once over. Mix that through. Might need something else in there. Let's have a try. I've got everything but no spoon. Why do I never get spoons there? If anyone is watching, I have a real spoon fetish. I went to a restaurant in Barcelona, I'm not going to mention which one, and I might have borrowed a spoon and not given it back. It's nice. Needs some love though. So this is some harissa paste from my mate's place, Chanceur. He works out in Paris in a little cafe. It doesn't have to be the dominant flavour. You know, it doesn't have to be like, ow, put some harissa in there. Oh God, you made harissa pasta. It can literally be like a tiny little bit that kind of adds that sort of back note of warmth, acidity, spice. Makes people sort of go, God, there's something else going on here. What is it? And that's why I sometimes use curry powder in a lot of stuff because it kind of adds that sort of little hum. Oh, it smells amazing. Job done. Not hard, is it? Beautiful orzo. Look at that. 3 dishes down. Bam! The carrots have been boiling violently, so I'm just gonna drain them. So violent carrots, you go into there. What has happened to these? They have gone soft. You could eat that now. That's the point you want to take it to. I'm gonna go in with some oil, and then we're just gonna put these on the stove. And then all we're gonna do is we're just gonna start to toast those. I'm actually gonna put some butter in those, because I love butter. Sometimes the big fat fudgy carrot needs a bit of butter. What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's have a look at the board. Oh, fuck. Oh. So here we are. Orzo, done. Muhumarra, sort of question mark Muhumarra is done. What the fuck is that? Crispy spuds in the oven. Oh my God. Fat fudgy carrots are on. Hummus there. What was that? Beans. Done. We're looking sexy. So let's have a little look at the spuds. Whoa! That has never happened in my life. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Exploding potatoes? Okay, I'm just gonna leave them on the stove like that. Never happened before. I'm just gonna pause there and just check the damage. So this point of the meal, this is like the finishing stage. Like people are turning up, we're chill, we're well ahead. Right, so when making your hummus, I like to go heavy on the tahini, lemon juice, and then I'm gonna get this wazzing. What is going on here? Why are you not Nice pinch of salt. Remember, it doesn't need too much salt because you've got the salt from the liquid. So balance it. Garlic. Just gonna chuck it in. Look at the chaos. Right, I've got some ice cubes here. Never done this before, but seen people do it. Apparently it makes your hummus a bit more fluffy. Let's give it a crack. Let that go. Let that go. Look at that. Creamy, smooth, still warm. See what it needs, just a little bit of lemon. It doesn't need much, it's perfect. Get in there. And get yourself a sexy plate, dump it on there. Look at that. Sharing platter to hummus. Nice little bit of olive oil, a little bit of the old smoked chili flake. Lovely. These potatoes did not turn out like I thought, right? So I think I'm just gonna go mint, just a little bit funky, you know what I'm saying? Might even put some of that smoked chili through it. Just keep it kind of like fresh and so clean, clean, so fresh and so clean. So a taste of one. They're actually so good. They're so seasoned all the way through to the middle. There we go. Right, you go in there. Not very good presentation, but who really gives a fuck? Not me. These are the big fat fudgy carrots. Look at them. So because they've already been cooked all the way through to the middle, all you're looking to do is just get a little bit of colour on the outside. It's going to keep these super simple. So this is a little bit of the wildebeest hot honey sriracha. So a load of that, and then a splash of vinegar, obviously. And then just keep that on the stove. And what you want to do is a thing called nappe. So when it's sizzling, it's like what you do with a steak. Kind of take that sauce and you kind of like baste them like that. So while it's still bubbling, And now, because that's got the honey in it, will go nice and sticky and make a little glaze. So let's keep that tickling away. We need a bit of crunch on the old platter. Right, so into here, gonna go oil, panko. Gonna make like a little crunchy topper. Toast this. And then because I had the coriander and the cumin seeds, that's gonna be great. Get it in there. Toast that all together. We'll be back in a bit. Wow! Tell you what, 45 minutes. It is 20 past 2. 45 minutes, we churn this out. Now I'm burning the breadcrumbs. Great, I thought I turned you off. No, I didn't, fantastic. So with these, what you can do is you can serve them whole, like this, but if you've got a couple of mates coming over and you've only done 3, where's my one? Split the old girl down the middle. Now by keeping them whole, what you've done is you've retained all of that flavour. Think of a steak, right? If you cook a steak like a steak, thick, lovely, medium rare, beautiful, yum yum. If you cut it into small pieces and then you fry it, not so good, same as that. So make this look as sexy as you want, green and orange. They say like height is a thing in cooking, so just sort of like stack them up however you wish. Pretty rubbish, isn't it? Yeah, who cares? Kind of dress it however you want. Got a little bit of parsley, bit of mint, and get a little bit of this sort of like fatty goodness, just as a little dressing. And then this is like that super quick, like breadcrumb. Always do it almost like a pangrattato. You can put some, you know, fresh lemon zest through here. You can put some garlic through there, but it just gives you that another little element of crunch. Add some sexy music and I'll give you some sexy footage. Oh yeah. So you've got carrots here, roasted with a lovely toasted breadcrumby thingy with spices, a little bit on the side. You've got beans here with chili, oil, garlic, parsley. You've got a riff on a Muhumarra. You've got an Orzo with some sun-dried tomatoes, harissa and olives. You've got a big bowl of hummus. And then you got some potatoes. How sexy does this look? I need to take another picture. This is my kind of food, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be wildly fancy. It's just all little things that all you can just sort of like pick and dip and crack on. Oh, God bless a smorgasbord. You just get yourself a carrot, get yourself a couple of potatoes, put them on the side, get yourself a nice bit of pasta, put that in the middle. Beans, get a bit of your muhumarra, get yourself, this is a wassa cracker bread. Big dollop of hummus. And there you go, look at that. Man, that's a wonderful plate of food. And the thing about it is, like, you can just crack in. And what I was saying, I haven't got any meat. If you wanted to, a little skewer on there, maybe something off the barbecue, chicken breast, a nice bit of like steak, pork, you know, anything goes, anything goes. Have a little bit of everything. Beautiful. That with the potato, unreal. And also, wow, this chili is spicy. And also, the thing that people always question me, or talk to me about, is the whole food waste element, right? All of these individual elements can be stored on their own and can just be bundled together. This is the thing, create little components so you can build dishes. Absolutely insane. It's so good. So good. Bish bosh bash, pretty much everything was from a dry store, yeah? Jarred peppers, jarred beans, chickpeas, tinned potatoes, exploding potatoes. Like all of those things, they're things that you should sort of like have lingering around. Yeah, you may not have all the fancy fresh stuff, but most of it you'll be able to sort of just pick up and grab. Anyway, thanks again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow for some more delicious foodie content. This is so good. Peace.